Hi guys, if you were absent on Tuesday, October 27th or Wednesday, October 28th, you should watch this video. Okay, we are going to T2 week 2. The assignment is dated either 10/27 or 10/28, predicting with trend lines. If you click on that, open it, click on view assignment, and then your Jamboard, it'll take you directly to where you need to be. Okay, so the next topic we're going to be working on is predicting with trend lines. Okay, we're going to make predictions on a scatter plot. So scatter plot, simply put, is a graph that has points plotted on there, some data points. And the checklist we're going to use for predicting is to identify the important information that we're given, to identify what each axis is labeled as, and then we're going to use our answer choices to plot points to make the decision of which point is the best point for our answer. Okay? So if we look at the first example, slide 2, okay, when points are plotted on a graph, sometimes we want to know, so linear means that the points on the graph are kind of grouped together in a line fashion, right? Not a straight line, but if you look at them, we can kind of see that they are aligned, right? Non-linear would mean that they do not form a line, or they're not grouped together to be in a line. Okay, so this example would be linear. Okay, and then to help us determine the second step, positive, negative, or neither, we would have to draw the minus and the plus sign to help us, right, on our graph. So we can see that these are pointing to the plus sign, so that makes this association positive. Okay, so that's when we're determining, if it's linear or nonlinear, and then whether it's positive, negative, or neither. Okay, the next slide goes into our predicting. So we're going to identify important information that they give us. Oh, it's already highlighted. 7 minutes, right? And we're looking for the depth of the water. Okay, identify the X and Y label. So if we go to our Y-axis, we can see that that is called the depth in feet. If we go to our X-axis, that is the time in minutes, right? So based off of the information that they gave me, right, I'm going to try to go find the 7 minutes on my graph. I know that I have to look at my X-axis first, right, because the label of that is time in minutes. So I'm going to locate the 7, right? I know it's right here between the 6 and the 8. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of draw a dotted line up to my information. And I like to put like a big circle or color it in, right, to say this is where my depth in feet should be landing, somewhere in this area because it's in the middle of my data points. Okay, so now we're going to use our answer choices to kind of see if they land in the circle that I colored, right? So let's see answer choice A. A, remember, these are talking about the depth of the water. So that's why I have to go to my y-axis now. If I'm at 10, right, and I move over to my points, 10 is way too high for what I want to talk about, right? I want to talk about this red part right here. So A, not correct. 5, between 4 and 6, if I come over to my points, that is too low for where I want it to be, right? 7, between 6 and 8, if I move to the right, you can see that you do land right in your part that you shaded. So I would say C is my correct answer. 9 would be still kind of above where I would like it to be, right? So I would say definitely answer choice C is my best. Okay, I moved on to the next slide. This one is asking if there is a linear association, right? So it either yes forms a line or nonlinear, it doesn't. We can see these are grouped together. Okay, this one would be linear. Okay, and then the direction that it's facing, right, is the negative sign. So this one would be negative association. Okay, last one we're going to do together, and then you have the rest to work on and submit. Okay, so predict the number of quarts of strawberries left to pick after 3 hours. I think that 3 hours is important. And the number of quarts of strawberries left to pick. Okay, so then I'm going to change the color and I'm going to go look at each axis. My y-axis is called quarts left to pick, and my x-axis is called time in hours. Okay, I thought that 3 hours was important, so that's the first number that I'm going to look for, right? They give me a piece of information to use that I can work off of. So hours, I know I'm having to look at my x-axis. If I find the 3 on the x and then follow my way up to my data points, right? I'm going to kind of color it in. So the answer choice that I'm looking for should be landing in this area. Okay? So let's try to check some of those. 55. Between 50 and 60, that's below where I need it to be. 70, I think that's still a little too high for where I need it to be, right? 60, 60 right in the middle. I think that is my best choice because see, 50 is still too far down, right? So 60 would be my best choice. Okay, you have the remaining slides to work on. Okay, this one here, guys, if your points are scattered all over the place and they're not kind of grouped together, forming a line, they would be nonlinear. And then if you cannot tell the direction that they're moving, right, then it would be none. Okay? So go ahead and finish the remaining slides. When we are predicting, guys, we are trying to find the best answer choice. Okay? If you are stuck between two numbers, if you pick one of the two that I think are correct, I'll still give you credit for that. Okay? So try your best. Complete all the way to slide 18. These are just draggable. If you click, you can drag to where they belong. Okay? Good luck.